We're here today with Miss Darlene Collier. She's the author of the book Married to Sin. We're here to talk to her not only about her life story, but how she's been able to share with us how she's been able to overcome abuse, also to be able to love herself, and also her own passion for seeing change in her home state of Mississippi. Miss Collier, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
You know, there's so much that you cover in your book, Married to Sin. You talk to us about your life growing up, what it was like for you, but also the many things you've been able to overcome. I mean, what has it been like for you to hear from people how your story has touched them?
It just gives me great enjoyment to just know that people are interested in my story, and that I have come so far. And it's just not only for me, it's for other people that they might do better than I have done in the past.
And you talk about your marriage, the trouble that you had there. You talk about the situation with your children and different things. Did you find that it helped you to get it out, to write it down, and to put it on paper?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think, have you been surprised at how many people have been able to say your story is like their story?
Yes, I am surprised. And they called me on the phone and talked to me about their problems, and I try to talk and tell them the best that I can. You know, when you look at my book, you know, you can always remember and read it, and it'll help you along the way in the near future.
Exactly, it does. Another thing that you talk about in your book, Married to Sin, and I think it's really appropriate for what's going on in the world right now. There's been a lot of talk because of racism, people showing racist, ideas, thoughts, and even killing because of race. You had the incident that happened recently where the gentleman went into the church and killed those individuals, and it sparked a debate, especially about the flag, the Confederate flag there in the Carolinas, as well as in our home state of Mississippi. That's something that you discussed in your book, Married to Sin. Are you glad to see people talking about changing things?
Yes, I'm glad to see people talking about changing things, because it should have been, things changed many years ago, but we have to work ourselves up to where we is today. But we think things are gone. They're not gone. They're still here.
Right. Mm-hmm. And this has been something you've been, passionate about for quite some time, even going back to the early 2000s. I mean, why is this something that you've always felt like needed to be done? You talk about in your book, you see especially the flag as a symbol of hate. Some people think about it as heritage, but why is this something you think needs to be addressed?
It needs to be addressed because back in slavery, black people, all kind of people, they just came through a whole hardship or trouble, back in those days. And we think those days is gone. Some is gone, but most, to me, none is gone when it comes to killing, And when we have children killing and don't understand why. And the flag, as we said, they lost the war. But now, the flag still hangs. I have people say it'll never come down, especially here in Brandon, Mississippi, with the Confederate flag and the statue standing. All of that need to be took out of Brandon, Mississippi. And if the flag is anywhere else, it need to come down, because it's an influence to young people and middle-aged people. And then people are talking about this thing in front of these children, and these children, they don't understand what went on back in those days. How important that things is today, that you don't do these things. But we just have to go on and do the best we can. And that flag can be took down and need to come down. Because I can remember when we was children, I was so hungry and we didn't have nothing. But I could see slavery, but nobody taught me hate.
Yeah.
I learned hate as I grew older. So what the problem is, there's a lot of hate going on, and it ain't enough Jesus going on.
Well, there's a lot that you cover in your book. That is just one of the topics. Again, everyone, Darlene Collier is our guest. Married to Sin is the book. You can get it on Amazon.com now. Thank you so much, Darlene, for the time. I really appreciate it.